What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Left Lane Chronicles. I'm your host, Shawil. Tonight, we're talking about brotherhood, what it really means, the importance of fellowship, loyalty, respect, and supporting your brothers on the set. Is brotherhood just about the patch, or is it about how you show up when your brothers need you? We're getting into the real conversation tonight, so sit back, tune in, and let's get this conversation started. And with me, I have your favorite cousin, Skeeta Ray.
Yes, sir. We didn't forget this time like I normally do.
Oh wait, I should say, like you always do. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe.
Yes, yes, yes. Man,
So
I just gotta say, man, that intro video, think you look cute, don't you? Think you look cute, don't you?
hey man, you gotta say pause on that. You can't be calling another man cute, dog.
Yeah, I damn sure ain't for call you handsome. Shit.
No way.
Yeah,
I let my wife do all of that. She gave me all the compliments.
I guess
But
so.
that falls into our topic today. You know, brotherhood. Um, when you hear brotherhood, what does it actually mean to you?
Brotherhood means to me, it like you said, it got to go beyond the patch because for some folks to just be called, your brother, you know, you're gonna be doing stuff outside of the bike set. You're gonna be meeting my family. You're gonna be meeting people who I hold dear to my heart. And for me to bring you into that, like, yeah, that's when I consider you my brother. When I can let you meet my grandma, my granddad, the ones who raised me, son, like my mom, my dad, that like when I bring you into that, or hell, even when you can just call me like, hey, you at home? Yeah, I'm at home. Shit, I finna go ahead and pop up on you. So for me, brotherhood extends outside of just what you got on your cut. If you meet somebody's family and where something goes wrong, and pick up the phone and call you, and you be like, where you at? Send me the address. What's going on? Oh hell. I know we touched on this when I first got on the show. Mental problems. Like, hey man, look, I got something going on. I just need to work it out. So for me, that's what brotherhood is for me. Somebody that is really like your brother, really that's a part of your family.
I would say for me, um, similar to that as well. Um, but also, or I shouldn't say but however, also, um, brotherhood is also like that person that you know is like your right hand, your go to. People that, not just one person, but the people that you can rely on when you falling short. Um,
Hmm.
and I learned I got my first taste of real brotherhood when I joined the Marine Corps. Um, literally, some of like a lot of those guys actually I still communicate with till this day. Um, these are people that I knew were gonna be to the left, to the right of me when you know stuff hit the fan. So
Hmm.
that's that right there is a bond. I would say a bond that was built that will never be broken. And I would say definitely brotherhood is definitely like a bond. To me, it's a bond that's unbreakable and unshakable.
The military, you can't compare the. I mean, you can get close to it with stuff with sports, the clubs, fraternities, but man, from I ain't been in the military, but I got family, I got friends, and man, there's nothing like military brotherhood. Like that. That's like I said, hell, like let me ask you, like when the last time you seen some of them folks?
Man, it's been a while.
But like you said, I guarantee you, but you pick that phone up and call. It's like y'all ain't skipped a beat.
Yep.
Yeah, see that's man. That type of brotherhood right there, the military, like I said, and you know everything try to base itself off of military, like from the bike set to police officers to certain corporations. The man that military brotherhood, but that's solid. That's solid.
I mean, like one of the things I will say is, getting out, you tend to, you search for that brotherhood. What's going on, Gab? What's going on, Hogging Lanes? J Dot, what's up with you? Um,
Yeah,
you tend to search for that, and it's like you're out here, and without you know me, you normally used to having like those people there with you every single day, and once you're out, all that is gone and it becomes quiet, you know.
right.
Um, so for like my fellow, service members, veterans and stuff like that, I'm pretty sure they kind of understand what it feels like. You kind of feel as though you have nowhere to go. You know what I'm saying? You don't fit in anywhere. And then if you ride, you know, it's kind of a blessing in itself because now you have people a group of people that you can mesh with and you can try to get that bond back. It'll never be, like you said, it'll never be exactly the same as it was inside the service. And don't get me wrong, you had some people in the service that was, you know, they was fuck boys. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like they wasn't really there to be brothers and sisters. Some of them was just there to screw you over and get ahead, and they'll step all over. They'll try to step all over the next person just to get where they want to be at. Um,
It's
but
like the bike said.
yeah, so I would say it's more people inside the service that were like brothers than not. Brothers and sisters than not.
Do you feel that that's one of the main reasons why majority of bike clubs have veterans is because they miss that, and that's one of the probably the closest thing they can get to it. You think that's why a lot of bikers are veterans?
Um, Definitely. I feel like that camaraderie is what we seek. You know what I'm saying? Um, and going into like going into like a club, it gives you that camaraderie. You're not by yourself. You know what I'm saying? I mean, if you're in a club and you always by yourself, I don't know. You might need to change up where you at or something like that. If y'all can't have like long conversations and stuff like that. Y'all barely communicating. And yeah, I can't really help you on that. But I will say, you know, it's that family
Uh,
atmosphere. It's your family away from your family. And for me, the military was that. So coming out, what I'm saying, of that, that's something that, you tend to yearn for and you search for no matter what.
yeah, this I could say that. Yeah, like I said, I ain't never been in the military, but like hey, I did football, and like, that's one of the things that loved about playing football and coming into the club I'm at now is like. it's like I got that family feeling that I did when I was playing. So yeah, I agree that then it's the whole the word I want to say the uniform, like how things fall in order. Like everybody's wearing the same jerseys. Everybody has got the same goal. Military, everybody's rocking the same uniform. We get to the bike set. Everybody's rocking the same cut, and it's like that shit right there. But it's cold to me. Like when everybody is unified.
Yeah,
And that's also why I think a lot of people who was in the service like that too. They the that everybody is is damn near one, rocking the same uniform. uh, and
I mean, it's like Jada said, structure.
oh man, yeah, structure. There we go, my boy J Dot, aka Bishop.
I mean, so what would you say? Would you say that? Well, what separates genuine brotherhood from simply being around the same people?
I'm gonna say when you sometimes you may talk about the same thing, but when you talk about something, it's like even if it is the same thing, we gonna talk about it like this is our first time talking about it. Um, Not all the times, you always gonna conversate with your brother, but man, when you do, just like I said, when you call um your family from the Marines, it's like, hey, y'all gonna have a extensive conversation. But for somebody who's just, I'm gonna say this, even if you are just there, you know, because you're gonna have some people in the club that you probably ain't gonna talk to.
Yeah,
You may say something to them. Y'all may rock out when y'all are together or whatever. But as long as it comes down to where if I need you, and things happen. I'm not gonna say that you gotta be. If I call, it's like, okay, hey, okay, I'm coming. Everybody got a life. Everybody got a family, and I'm not expecting you to just drop everything and come help me out. But if you can just direct me to somebody who can, or depending on what it is I got going on, as long as you can give some type of help, you know, I think that also is part of brotherhood. Giving me some type of help instead of just giving me the cold shoulder or just giving me your ass to kiss. One of the two. Um, So as long as you can just help out or point me in the right direction of what it is that I have going on, so that's still a solid brotherhood. Knowing that we don't talk, okay, that's cool. We may say something to each other, and then we may not talk until we come up with another ride or whatever. But as long as you can still help me, I can help you. To me, yeah, like saying that's also part of brotherhood, my
So,
opinion.
so do you think it comes from the patch, or does the patch represent the brotherhood that already exists?
The the patch is what helps, I think, starts it. And then it's up to us to build it. Because I mean, if it wasn't for this patch, wouldn't know you. I wouldn't have no conversation with you at all. So the patch helps, but I also feel that it's up to us to also build upon that. Get the, like saying, we may not talk, but I'm gonna know you. Know outside of just your club name. I'm gonna know your real name. Stuff like that, just in case something happens. I know your real name, but yeah, like saying to your question, the patch helps, but it's up to that individual to actually mm, build upon that. Then for new people who's coming into the club, um, it's also up to them to try to interact with the existing people that's in the club, and vice versa. Because it's not all just on the new people. Like saying, it's everybody, and
Yeah,
that's how I feel that you build, you grow um a club is that brotherhood, and try to find people who's somewhat like-minded. Ain't got to be completely like, but people who you feel that can mesh with one another in there, because also with brotherhood, it's like saying it's like family, so you is going to have differences. So as long as we can just sometimes, hey, I don't agree with you, you know well, I don't agree with you, but as long as we still can come together, instead of where I don't agree with you, and then next thing you know, man, I don't mess with Buddy over there, man. I don't know what's wrong. Like, I don't I don't fool with him. See, that right there is already finna start dividing. If we can come together to disagree and still be a family, because I mean that's basically what it is. Because family is gonna disagree left and right, but at the end of the day, I'm gonna have your back. As long as you can still have my back, no matter, I ain't gonna say no matter, because certain stuff, it's like but uh, but as long as you can still have my back on us, having our differences, hey man, I rock with you.
I mean, and it's okay too because brothers tend to brothers can be at each other's throats, but also still have that that respect for one another.
All
You know,
right.
and that and as you mentioned, like tough times, you know, is the brotherhood stronger during good times or the difficult times, or what usually
Ooh.
makes it a little bit stronger?
I should be like Ocho. Hey man, I need my pen. I need you to repeat that again. I need to write that down. I need you to repeat that again.
Is brotherhood stronger during the good times or the difficult times?
That's gonna let you know right there. That's gonna let you know. Of course, on good times, shit, everybody's good on the good times. But that difficult or that uncomfortable situations, that's where it tests you out right there. The uncomfortableness. Cause man, I done had some uncomfortable moments where effed up on some things, and it's like, oh man, this is gonna be a long talking to. This is gonna be a long talking. But express my feelings. I express my thoughts of what I did and why I did it. I got my lashes, mm, and it held. After that shit, within that hour, man, we back chilling, talking, laughing, whatever. But yeah, I've seen some people where they do something. It's like now it's not their fault. Now it's this, that, and the third. Now they want to be distance.
Yep.
You know, yeah, man. If you can go through some tough times, yeah, and still be solid, yeah, yeah.
I feel like you kind of need those difficult moments because, like you said, everything could be fine during the good. You know what I'm saying? But it's during that difficult time where you truly see what somebody's really made of. You get to really know that person and know their character to the fullest extent.
Hmm. Trust me, we've had uh a few I ain't gonna say a few, but one particular where uh in the club that it wasn't working. Like you seen that person's character and you knew he was like he's just here just to rock the patch. Like, he ain't really about he say you say a lot, but your action speaks otherwise. That action, boy, that shit was sorry. That shit was sorry. But that was then. Like I said, this is now. But the brotherhood is really what builds the club. You know, doing with mines. That's why I got J Dot, Georgia Biker Life, and they friends. That's in my club right now because I feel that they bring what I'm looking for into building. They bring they bring a lot more than what they think. But when you see somebody that's solid, yeah, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I would say, you know, it's one of the things where you gotta have people of good character, in order for you to, you know, build build that foundation, and that goes into like one of the things that helps build that is fellowshipping. You know what I'm saying? Like, so what does fellowship mean within the motorcycle community?
It's like what Sensei said. It's like fellowshipping don't mean um uh your cut is I said your cut is what brings you together. Like saying without the cut, you know, can we put together a ride? I feel that at least once a week, you should be able to get in a text thread. 'Cause I know, every club has a text thread, and it don't gotta be that thing. It can be, hey man, I'm hungry. Let's go take a ride over here.
Yeah,
Um, then vice versa, it goes to where now when it comes time to put on your cuts and actually come to on the set, it's like if you I feel that if you can't show up to your local clubs, we fellowship because like I said, we all are here to try to have fun, take, a little bit. 'Cause you don't know who you gonna meet. You don't know what that person might do or it could be something that you've been trying to get in for the longest, a job. But because because you're out fellowshipping, it's like, man, like for example, I give you an example. Um, Lost my job, and y'all know that I'm always, fucking around with trouble, doing the slow roll, whatever the case may be. And one day we were just talking, and he brought up his job, and I was like, what is it that you do? He said, he's a train conductor. I was like, what? Like, you you a train conductor? And what makes so crazy? Before I got my CDL, that's what I wanted to do. And it was just so crazy that I'm talking to a guy. Well, obviously, if you look at my background, I'm back in the truck. But I was like, damn, I'm talking to a guy who does what I wanted to do. And it's like I could just pick his brain, we could, and like I said, that right there can lead off to a whole nother different thing to just instead of just talking about the bike set. So when you go out and fellowship, you don't know who you're gonna meet. Um, you don't know where you're gonna go. Um, and that's the adventure of for me fellowshipping is that, man, it's an adventure, and you really don't know really. You kind of know what's gonna happen, but I think that the fellowship also is a bondage to the brotherhood, because if you don't get out and ride, and you don't want to get out and deal with your brothers, you don't want to get out and support your local club. It's like, "Oh, what are we doing here?" So
Yeah,
so so fellowshipping is a part of bonding that I think is also important, and I think that it don't need to be going to your local bike clubs. It's just, man, hey, I can throw something on the grill. Come on to the house. Throw in the group chat like, hey, I'm gonna do this, or just have outside of club meetings and stuff like that, and just chill with one another, man. It's in the word fellowshipping.
and then also like like outside of you know the club stuff too, you also have just like your everyday riders. Meeting a lot of those people can also introduce you to new things as well. Like
Yes.
for example, I met a guy who's a real estate agent. I met people that work on bikes. I met a guy who does the hoka. So fellowshipping I feel is important within the bike community, within the motorcycle community itself as a whole, because you never know when you might need somebody. You know, so like
Yep.
this person can
Outside
own
of your club.
yep, this person can own a mechanic shop. This person can own a tow truck. This person can um own a restaurant. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like that is something that's very key in building this community within itself. Um,
And fellowshipping is, man, can can lead you into a whole lot of different avenues, um, especially when you're having fun with it.
so
Hey, well, go ahead.
like uh, as far as like fellowship, because that's the time where you get to truly like learn each other. How important is it for brothers to know what's happening in each other's lives outside of the motorcycle world?
Feel For me, I feel it's important, but not important. Um,
Oh, did we lose you?
My fault. Hey, got it. We back. We back. My bad. Um, um, I say it's to that individual to you. I feel that you don't want to basically pry and try to feel like you're being nosy or whatever, because as long as you're being a part of the club, everything is going to come in of what um the important stuff that we need to know. Um, so I don't feel that is it's like probably like one of the number one or number two things um for me. But I am going to get, like I saying, to know you. I am going to get to know, um
Um,
your
your
personality. um I think I say this. Um, some people may say it's very important to know deep of the individual, but like I said, me personally, um, as we go along, I mean, things is gonna just fall in order about it. Like saying, for example, like saying the brothers, it's like at first, I just knew, just baby steps of, about them. Um, and then the more we conversate, like saying fellowship, and the more we do that, you know, I got to learn them more. I got to learn, some of they, hard times, some of their good times. Um, so it's not as important, but as long as you are communicating, things are gonna fall in order. So that's me. I don't know about you, but that's me.
That goes back to like in the military. You know what I'm saying? We we tend to know everything about our brothers, you know what I'm saying? So like everything they going on them personally and everything like that. And I think it's good to know, you know what I'm saying, what's going on in the outside, the
Um,
club side of things
I
because
see some. I think that phone call I got interrupted my. Say something.
can you hear me?
I gotta log out, log back in. I think that phone call I got messed me up. That's a good thing about live. Things happen right there at the spot. Y'all give me
Yeah.
1 second. Let me log back.
Sorry, we have some technical difficulties. I know, right?
There we go.
He can't get right, J Dot. He can't get right.
Hey man, leave me alone.
But I think it's good to know because one thing that we did in the military was you learn your brothers like inside and out. You know what I'm saying? Even outside the uniform, you got together and you learned what was going on with them. And I think that is important in a way because this is the person that I know is supposed to be. If we got to go to combat tomorrow, I don't want this brother to be out there if he's going through something personal that can hinder his ability to function and operate the way I need him to operate. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? So that also what's going on, Gail Moto?
What's
Um,
happening?
and I feel like, hey, I can send you an email right now, Mike, if you want to get in on this. Just text me an email. I'll let you in.
There we go. Hey, chat. Hey, look. Yeah, look. Hey, if you want to get in, send your email. Send in your email, okay? Because this is not your typical, left lane. Like we want to engage and get other people's opinion. So if you want to throw your opinions in here, you know, so we can hear you, send him your put in the email. He'll send you the link. And come on, man. Let, let's engage. Let's talk.
If you got me on IG, hey, you're more than welcome to come in. Or if you got my personal number, text me an email. So
Yeah.
so
But
like
yeah,
I was,
I agree. Yeah, but
and,
that
but
just
but
goes on what I was saying that it's
that goes
important.
that goes with riding too. If if you are riding, you want to make sure that that person that's riding, you know what I'm saying, to the left or to the right of you, is in the right mentality to be out there on the road. You know what I'm saying? And we all know that if you get out on that bike and you don't have the right mentality going, your mental ain't right.
Right.
That could be catastrophic for everybody.
But I
You
don't
know,
think that's gonna come right off the bat. That's why I say I feel it's important, but not important because as long as you are communicating um with your club member and like I said, that trust is gonna build and it's like, yeah, now I can open up because I mean, me just knowing you after a few hours, I'm not gonna tell you certain stuff. I'm not gonna let you
but
in,
yeah, obviously over time, you know what I'm saying, you'll build
Yeah,
that.
that's what I'm
But
saying. So it's like it's important, but when we're people of creature, of habit. So it's like when you feel somebody is trying to off bat, and I don't know you, you're trying to pry into my life. It's gonna be like, what's your motive? Like, why you want to know this? Like, I get it. For us, I get it, but for most people, it's like, why you want to know? Like, what does that got to do with riding? What they got to do with, they don't get the brotherhood and the fellowshipping. They don't get that. So that's why I say it's important. It's not for because it's gonna it initially. That's why I say the to me the Marine putting the military in that with this because this can be life or death as well. But that is like, hey, bruh, I got to know what you got going on because hey, and depending on the situation, that can happen out here too. But we like I said, we trying to make motorcycle fun again, mama for. And so
yeah,
we try, so
everyone welcome Mike to the chat.
yeah. What's
What's up, man?
happening? What's going on,
What's up? What's up, guys? How you doing?
man?
Appreciate
Chilling,
you
man.
inviting me.
Man, thank you for coming on, man.
Yeah, yeah, we got to do whatever to get this out here, man. Talk about a lot. You had me strategizing right quick over here on that last question.
Hey, what's your thoughts and opinion? What you got?
On the last question that you guys just did.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So, say that question one more time. Just
up. Don't tell me you can't get right, Mike.
hold on a second. They calling me now.
Yeah, see that?
Hold on, I gotta put my thing on Do Not Disturb.
Uh-huh.
Hold on.
See, we not fancy like to have the laptop set up, the special mic, the beautiful background. We ain't got
It's
all
crazy.
that, man.
I haven't used this mic since because apparently everyone says it sounds like I'm underwater when I use it.
It does. That's it's trash.
I think I'm gonna go one of those Rode mics, RODE.
Yeah, Yeah, man, it's trash. But hey, you
Hey man,
know,
it
you
was
know,
TikTok special, all right?
me and him is on our phones and stuff. Hey,
All
all
right,
right.
you back. Can you hear
That's why I
us?
love live. It's nothing like live. Nothing like live. Like I said, till you get back. We got it. We good. Hold on.
Are you there, guys?
Yep.
Yep.
All right, I put my phone on do not disturb because
All
I
right.
just had the same issue you had.
All right.
All
So
right, so go ahead.
the question was, how important is it for brothers to know what happens in each other's lives outside of the motorcycle world?
Outside of the motorcycle world, I think on an individual, if you're in the community amongst whatever you know club I want to say that you ride with, um, the first rule of thumb is all right. So the first rule of thumb is when you're over here training someone to be a part of that lifestyle, a role model, let's say, you want to understand that individual during those processes. And I believe highly that you should learn a person in and out because when you learn a person in and out, not everybody operates the same.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes, like in a relationship, when you talk to a woman, you give them all the bright information in the beginning, and all the bad stuff comes out in the end. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So, me, I'm very big on trust, loyalty, and commitment, but I'm also big on what you put in, and I read individuals for who they are, what they have to offer, because an individual will surely show you their lifestyle through how they operate through life. If you get where I'm going with that, right?
Yeah. So
Yeah.
do you feel that if me and you just right now just not meeting and talking, and all of a sudden, I just start digging in, trying to, you know, ask questions that, look, of trying to dig deep of knowing you, would you be eager of us just now meeting to give that information,
Oh,
or
of course not. Not
yeah,
off,
so
not right off the rip.
yeah,
With due time, yes, for sure. With
that
due time, as I get comfortable with you, you get comfortable
right.
with me. Yeah,
So
but it's
I just
definitely a process.
yeah, it's a process. So I think that's what it is. I think I don't want people to think that I'm saying that it's not as important, but it is important. But I just feel that it takes time. Like you get the general part of a person, because after that, it's like that's what make you want them to be a part of whatever it is you got going on, just the general part. So you're right, like it's a process. I don't want people to think, that, oh, why you don't think it's important to, no, it is, but I just feel that you don't, that it's something that builds. So it's like, still, build upon it. So that's why, like, it's not as important, because as we grow together, I'm gonna know the stuff, what makes you cry. I can just look on your face and be like, what's wrong? Everything all right? I can just look at you. So that's what I was trying to say. I think that for some people, that's in here, that I want them to think that it's not important. I just feel that it takes time.
Yeah. So like being this pretty much falls under like being able to like support your brother. You know what I'm saying, when you learning them and stuff like that. Um, Speaking of support, you know, what does support mean to you?
Man, to me, support is right along with a fellowship. Support and fellowship is the key. is the backbone because if you don't do none of that, what are we doing? Are we
Yeah,
here? What so supporting, man, you have to support not just your local. I mean, we got these bikes to ride. So if you just supporting cool beans, kudos, you supporting your local clubs. But dude, get out and support different states. That's why we got this. And then to show love because at the end of the day, when you're gonna want love to be shown back at you, if you don't support, what love you gonna receive back? You gonna receive back nothing. You have an anniversary, and the only thing's gonna be is just y'all in there. So support is big. Like I said, support slash fellowshipping to me is the biggest thing, and not just your local clubs, other clubs. You really need to get out of support. If not, why here? What reason? Because I know that's going to be one of the things that's somebody's going to tell you when you get into a club. Is this supporting different clubs, your local clubs, out of state clubs? So
you're riding clubs, social
and
clubs.
so, and so supporting is to me is big because if you don't support, I can tell you right now, it's gonna be that club is not gonna last long.
I mean, hey, support your local podcast
Support.
What about you, VIP? What you feel about support?
I mean, support goes a lot of different ways. It depends on where you're putting support at and how you're going to support that individual situation. Um, I really don't want to go too deep in the motorcycle community because I don't know what is, okay to talk about and what is not. But in the community, you should know your baselines of how the community works, so you can support it in the way it needs to be supported. Um, and that's a leadership role where they would teach you the right ins and outs so you know how to operate, you know how to
Hmm.
go about certain things. Because let's be honest, the internet takes over the world. So the way people look at uh, motorcycle individuals is totally wrong in a perspective anyway. Because if you go read on comments, they're saying gangs, and there's other people are like, it's not a gang, it's a motorcycle club, and people have their own opinions, so they're gonna come at it in whatever way they want. And support again goes in a factor. If you're supporting in that situation, you might get looked at a specific way, so you got to know how to support. You got to know what you're
Okay.
supporting for, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So
that's a
you
good
really
one.
got to know the ins and out, and that comes back to the situation of learning your brother and understanding your brother, because now you're working together in all different forms, and that's what builds a real brotherhood, that's what builds a real bond. And to get that, I'm going to be honest with you, to build bonds in this community is very hard, because there's too many people that want to be that top person and not so many that want to be, the Indians. Everyone wants to be, that highest individual. And
Hmm.
I always say, start small, learn big.
Yeah.
You know, there's endless amounts of glory throughout the ride. You
Yeah,
Yes, it
know,
is. Yes, it is.
so yeah, that's how I feel about support.
and I know you spoke about like the internet. Um, do you feel like the internet kind of just like overinflates things in a way, or
Oh yeah, 100%. And
Hmm.
we don't live in a time now where you can get away with anything and everything. Now everything is so videography, floaty camera. Like, you can't get away what you used to get away with way back in the day. Like, people need to understand that. Even bigger individuals in this world need to understand, like, but you got to understand the world. That's why I say I don't want to touch too much, because I don't know where I'm crossing a boundary, and I don't want to cross a boundary. But if you know about the world, you understand the world, there's certain people that just don't care. They live that
Hmm.
lifestyle, but that's okay. but I'm pretty sure they're educated enough and they're not dumb. I mean, they're very educated people. I mean, even in that Pacific world, there's doctors and etc., lawyers and etc. So
Mhm.
not every individual lives a specific life like people really think, and I think the internet confuses that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah. Trust me, I done seen internet, certain movies and shows. Like everybody, like this is not Sons of Anarchy. Like
No,
to
people
say,
watching and think that.
not to say it can't get like that, but there is some type. But is that but when people see that, and like you're saying, like if you see you're supporting mm, certain diamond club, like people automatically think something negative. You know, not all diamond clubs are just cut.
Negative.
Like saying that Sons of Anarchy type shit. Like it's some cool ass people, cool ass diamond club that's out here. So it's like, yeah, I agree. You know, one like saying, know who you supporting, what what you're supporting. But the internet does bring negative on stuff quicker than what good can do.
Yeah,
Jada said this world only can be understood once you are in it.
100%.
Yeah, but like I saying, sometimes the internet can throw a bad light on things and can push people away.
Well, I can agree with that in some sense, but then you got to understand the individual that's in the world, like us or whoever. If you're a part of something, um, you have to understand. You have to educate your family a little bit too, because they come to functions. They got to understand how to operate,
Yep.
and so that kind of goes both ways. But
Yeah.
for the individual that doesn't want nothing to do and they just see the individual writing and doesn't understand the point of it, yes, 100%. That person in the comments makes 100%
But
truth.
that's why I feel the internet helps out a little bit is because of what I do, Trouble, Will, Gab, Georgia Biker Life, Organ like the list just goes on to show like, hey, we're not bad people, man. We out here trying to have fun. We out here acting like just big giant kids. Like we we have fun. Like we support one another. We like
Support
so
communities,
yes,
certain things in the community.
yes,
Touch certain things when it comes to maybe lifestyles in the sense of someone going through a hard time in life, and we try to bring them back to a normal state. In the sense,
right.
someone could be going through cancer, and we could be the individuals helping them
Yeah.
get through that. You know what I mean? So there's more to it than what people really can see, but the
Mm-hmm.
internet is like a mask that kind of gets put on and gets told a specific way sometimes, not all the time. There is people on here that are like Shafir, and he's explaining to people, trying to educate people, which is a
You're
great
right.
thing.
Yeah.
And yourself too, my friend.
So, do you think that because you speak about individuals, you spoke about individual, and that leads me to like respect and whatnot. Um, how does one person's behavior affect the reputation of an entire group, or does it?
It does. It does. We like I say, just like what he said. It's 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 stuff that people have done, and because of what that individual did, now shines a bad light on the club itself. We've seen the news, we've heard things like we it's again, it's all on the internet. There's nothing you can't do without being, you know, put on social media. So if individual does something, and just like I said, people are quick to go ahead and show the negative, broadcast the negative. So if you do something stupid and wrong, it's not just um Skeeta Ray did blase blase blase. Doesn't say it's nothing really law breaking or whatever. But Skeeta Ray did blase blase blase. No, what it's gonna be is, did you hear about that guy in Elite? That's what's gonna be said. My club name is gonna get broadcast first, then the individual. Like, most people don't understand that when you are out here, and sometimes if you are well known, like Sensei, Trouble, and all them, you really don't even gotta have the cut on. They know
Yeah.
your face. They know you. So, but at the end of the day, your club is going to get brought up first. Then you, as an individual, is going to get brought up second. And now, as they say, birds of a feather flock together. So now everybody's going to be thinking that your whole club is going to be like that. So I tell people, like, hey, be very mindful of what you do, what you say, because it's not just going to just get brought on you. It's going to get first going to get brought on the club, and then individuals going to be following in line of whatever it is that was done or said or whatever. I feel that, knowing, again, what we said earlier, knowing the individual, knowing their temperament, um, is key, because not just you, it's a club. What you got,
And
VP?
No, no, my wife. We got to do something in a few, but real quick, on that
Yeah, go
topic.
ahead.
Uh, so I'm gonna be real quick on that. So it all starts. I pretty much look at it. It all starts again. It goes back to the first question of knowing a person in and out, because in your group, your tight group, the circle of your chapters or whatever, you are building that within that and understanding your core group that's there. Don't get me wrong, across the board, if you have multiple, it's hard because you have to be at those
Yeah.
functions and show up to all that. But once somebody is either trained wrong or they become less educated, they're going to be in their own mind state thinking they're doing the right thing. And that's where the leeching starts. That's where bad habits get created. And then once those bad habits inflame into a bigger bad habit, it starts affecting others because they might see that vision as the right vision. And you kind of got to cut that out like right away,
Mm-hmm.
but it doesn't mean you cut the person out. It means that you sit down and understand that individual. You could correct that individual. I like to always start with the let's help fix them until we know they're not fixable.
yeah.
Because I don't think we should just put the hammer on everybody and just
Nah.
throw them out the damn doors and say that's it. We just hit the nail on the head and we're done. Not everyone deserves I want to say everyone, some, not all, deserve a second chance. But it all depends on the nature of what you have
Mm-hmm.
done. So if you did something in the lines of, I don't know what to say because I don't want to get the live, but you know what I mean, something real
Yeah.
bad. Uh, that's just common sense. At that point, we're all grown.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
when it comes down to we're human. Let's be honest, we're
Mm-hmm.
human, and humans will make mistakes. That's a known fact. No one's perfect, but in the nature of the mistake is what we need to pay attention to,
Yep.
um, and how do we operate around it to help that individual. Um, it could be a habit, it could be anything, but what are we gonna do as brothers of our nature of what we're doing because we love it so much to help that individual get back on track if it's worthy enough. And that's how I kind of look at that, you know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah. I like that. I like that. I like that a lot.
But I don't mean to cut you out. I appreciate you letting me get up on here, but we do this again. I'm down to do it again.
Yes,
Definitely, definitely.
sir.
Much love, guys.
All right.
What's your thoughts, Will?
I feel like people just gotta learn the right ropes. You know what I'm saying, and everything will work itself out. Um, I know we've come to an hour. I got a few questions. I'm gonna put you on the spot here with a few of these questions.
Oh, let's go. What we got? What we got?
Brotherhood or loyalty, which is the foundation?
Say one more time.
Brotherhood or loyalty, which is the foundation?
Loyalty. I won't say loyalty. Me, because yeah, I mean, brotherhood, like that's part of like for me. I think that just ties hand in hand. Like if you, I can't consider you, my brother without, worry about you stabbing me in the back.
Yeah. Um, respect or fear, which one lasts longer?
Respect that goes a long way. We're not kids no more. Fear is for kids, like, and you can find yourself hurt if feel that somebody fears you.
Agreed. Show up or speak up, which matters more?
Speak up, speak up. I'm all about speaking up. Tell people in my club all the time. No matter what we got going on outside of church, whatever, any comments, questions, or concerns. I don't need no sidebar. I don't need none of that. We need to speak up and talk about what's going on, good, bad, or whatever. I need you to speak up. Speaking up, like relationship. Communication is everything. Your marriage will not be shit without communication.
Okay. And final question: when the
You
bikes
got
are parked, the colors come off, and the ride is over, what should still remain between brothers?
that friendship, man. That to me, friendship is a lot in my book. Family is family. People always say, family is, but they use family as the 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 high pedestal. Me in my book, because anybody can be a family member. Family, you know, whether you want them or not, it's family. Friendship is, me is the gold. Mm. We had somebody who left our club and joined another club, but we still talk damn near every day. I go by his house, chill with his family. He chills with my family. Like, we still held that friendship, whether you're with the club. Hell, if he was to get rid of his bike today, which he's not, and just, just say F it all, man, yeah, that helped us to get close. But at the end of the day, once we got to that point, and we friends, man. If I call you my friend, but hey, mean that. Like to me, friendship is a high pedestal book.
That was a good answer, man. That well, that wraps. That's a wrap for tonight. Left Lane Chronicles. Thanks for tuning
Woo!
in. Like, subscribe, share, and hit that notification bell. Until next time,
Yes,
rock,
sir.
stay solid, and remember, keep them twos down. You
Follow
heard?
me, y'all.
Down.
Follow me.
Oh, and also follow.
Gliding, riding, and smiling. Come on, I'm almost at 1,000. I'm 5 away from 1,000. I'm 5 from 1,000. Follow me You go on you can hit me up on IG, TRD_Hulk. Hey man, we here. We here. Let's go.